My name is Susan Finnegan. I've been a member of Partners since 2013, and I am a 4-year United States Marine Corps veteran.
My name is Daniel Wright, and I've been a Partners member since 2005 when I originally hired in at the Disneyland Resort in Anaheim. And I just completed 11 years of service in the United States Navy.
My name is Nick Philippone. I worked at the Disneyland Resort since right at the end of 1998, beginning of 1999. And I believe I joined Partners pretty much right away. I was United States Navy. I graduated the Naval Academy in 1983.
My name is Eileen Underwood. I've been with Partners for 10 years, and I served in the U.S. Army.
I went through boot camps in Great Lakes, Illinois, basic air traffic control school out of Pensacola, Florida, and then served at 2 different duty stations in Kingsville, Texas, and San Clemente Island before joining my last command, the USS Theodore Roosevelt, where we did 3 combat deployments throughout the South Pacific and the Arabian Peninsula. I was serving as one of the leading petty officers for the Air Traffic Control Division and finished up as the Assistant Air Operations Officer overseeing all of the daily flight operations for the Aircraft Carrier Strike Group.
I served from 1996 to 2000. And I was stationed in Washington, D.C. with the Commandant's Zone Marine Drum and Bugle Corps at Marine Barracks 8th and I. So I was a military musician.
I actually was in the first group of women who joined the regular Army. Before that, we were known as WACs, so that was back in the 70s. And through the 80s and in the 90s, it was a very rewarding time for me.
I spent a little more than 8 years on active duty. First assignment going through flight school, becoming a naval flight officer, and then flying in an active duty F-14 squadron on the East Coast out of Virginia Beach and off the USS John F. Kennedy. In 1991, I joined the reserves. I finished a 30-year career, did 22 more years in the Naval Reserve. So I transitioned to become an aviation maintenance duty officer and then an aviation engineering duty officer. And that's how I finished up 22 years working with the Naval Air Systems Command.
Being a veteran and working for Disney gives me an opportunity to interact with veterans who also work for the company, but also interact with veterans who come to Walt Disney World to experience the product and share it with their families, to be able to show those displays of service through our flag retreat and our various events that help acknowledge veterans and show that the company supports hiring veterans through our Heroes Work Here program.
I am so thankful that Disney recognizes our veterans, those who've served years ago to those who are actually currently serving. I'm thankful to be a part of that group. I'm thankful for the opportunity to work with other veterans, helping them make that transition into the Disney culture. That has been very rewarding for me.
It set a very solid foundation for my leadership capabilities. A lot of that tends to be the same activity and learning how to get to know your people, learning how to take care of your people is that's kind of how it works no matter what environment you are as a leader.
Seeing how much veterans are valued for the experience and expertise that they're able to bring to the cast around the resorts and through the company abroad, and having business employee resource groups like Salute at the Disneyland Resort really makes you feel at home and enhances that sense of community that we had in the military. Being able to see that around the resort and with the company, but then also just kind of adding on the awareness and support throughout the entire cast for those who are veterans and those who are supporters of the military.
My father was a World War II veteran. My husband is a Vietnam veteran. My 2 sons are Gulf War veterans. Veterans Day means honoring every one of those and all who have served in our military, past, present, and future, to honor serving and putting others before themselves, to being part of something much greater than yourself. It's a lot of sacrifice.
It's a time to kind of feel good about the fact that I have a veteran background. I did get to serve in the military. I did serve my country in many, many years past when I was growing up as a much younger man. it wasn't so, there wasn't, people were hiding their military background for a long time. And the country's changed, as everybody understands that serving your country and serving in the military is an important, somewhat selfless activity. It's nice to feel that appreciation.
To me, Veterans Day is a moment where the nation is able to take a pause and reflect on the contributions that veterans have made in the military and beyond their careers, where the country has come from, where we're going moving forward, and the fact that there are men and women willing to risk their lives on a daily basis to make sure that freedom and democracy prevails for our country.
I'm a big history buff, and my grandfather served in World War II aboard the USS Melvin as a sailor in the Navy and fought in World War II. And I've always had a great respect for that generation and for those who served after the events at Pearl Harbor and defended their country. And I've always had a real connection to that through my family. So to feel that connection with other veterans and be able to celebrate all that have served our country is so special.
I'm just very thankful that we have a day. We used to be Armistice Day. Very thankful that we have this day to take that time to really acknowledge and thank those who've given so much.